Welcome back, or welcome to America's Sports. Due to the lack of time that I have before Sunday's games, this is going to be a little bit shorter of a video with a little bit less information in it, but let's get right on into the games. The Houston Texans beat the Steelers over Wild Card Weekend. They are the only team that truly beat down their opponent last week. They will be truly tested this week in the divisional round as they travel to New England to play the Patriots. Houston is 5-3 on the road. New England is 6-3 at home. The favor is New England by 3 to 3.5 points, with the over-under sitting at 40.5. By the time game time rolls around, there should be a pretty decent chance of snow. It's going to be about 40 degrees though, so I'm not sure if any of that's going to accumulate, but it should be snowing around that time. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. EST and is on ESPN or ABC. And to be honest with you, I don't think this is going to be a crazy high-scoring game. There's a reason why this has the lowest over-under of the weekend. So there's not a ton of plays that I'm in love with, but some that I do like is Drake May for 20-plus rushing yards, maybe even 30-plus rushing yards. We know he's going to take off. I like Hunter Henry to get 3-plus receptions. Hunter Henry's had at least 3 catches in the last 4 games, including last week's wildcard game. Houston is a team that hasn't been great at rushing, just to be completely honest with you, but Marks did have a great day against the Steelers last week, and he's gotten 40-plus rushing yards in each of the past 3 games. Basically, if you give him more than 10 rushing attempts, he has gotten 40-plus rushing yards every single time. Staying away from a lot of the passing props, Christian Kirk had, I think, more than half of his season total yards in last week's game. Now, can he do that again? If he does, I think I would be surprised this time. And yes, I realize that Nico Collins is not playing. The Patriots defense put on a clinic on the Chargers. The only time the Chargers moved the ball in the second half were because of penalties and the fumble, actually. Houston's defense was damn near identical, though, holding the Steelers to just 2 field goals in Pittsburgh, with 4 big sacks and 1 big interception. So this is going to be a lot of emphasis on keeping Stroud clean in the pocket, not getting sacked, and the same with Drake May. And I think even more so on the New England side, because Houston generated more sacks than them by a good margin in the regular season. And also, Drake May was sacked about twice as much as CJ Stroud was during the regular season. Now, Stroud played in 3 less games, but still, that's some eye-popping numbers. Only Chicago is better in the turnover differential than Houston is. They get takeaways and they don't give giveaways. Now that division rivals the Jacksonville Jaguars went down, the Houston Texans are now the hottest team in football, winners of 10 straight. What they've done is absolutely impressive. However, the advantage for New England is on offense. It's a much better overall offense. For it being mid-January, both of these playoff teams are about as healthy as you can get. Now, of course, Nico Collins is out for Houston, like I mentioned earlier, and there might be a guy on the Patriots' defensive side who may not play a starter. But other than that, they're pretty freaking healthy at this time, both teams. So we'll almost get to see them both at their strongest. But keep in mind, Houston was without Joe Mixon for the entire season, the running back that they really wanted the most. So it's absolutely impressive what they've done, but I think that the road ends here. I ultimately have New England winning this. I do have them to cover, and even though, the total for the over-unders at 40.5, I'm still going under. But yeah, that's what I got, guys. What do you guys have? Let me know in the comments section below. And let's get to the next one. Today's video is sponsored by you, the Armchair Army, and their new Tactical Pancakes, where you can try both of their totally fake flavors today. Whew, man, we are ending on a strong note. The Rams, like the Bears last week, made a comeback to win the game in Wildcard Weekend. The Rams have been on the road but have been favored in both games, including this one, obviously, and the Bears have been the underdogs at home. Rams are 5-4 on the road. The Bears are 6-2 at home. The Rams are favored by 4.5 points with the over-under at 48.5. In classic January Chicago weather, we've got snow, we've got wind, and we've got a very cold game. All of these things are pretty good possibilities for the game. Some plays that I am definitely on in this one are I like Matthew Stafford for 2+ passing touchdowns. Stafford has thrown for 2+ passing touchdowns for 11 straight games, and he's only thrown for less than 2 passing touchdowns twice on the year. I like Davante Adams to have 50+ receiving yards. He's done that in 4 of the last 5 games. Now, if you would rather put him down for an anytime touchdown, I'm not going to fault you for that. He has not had a touchdown in the last 3 games, but you could look at that as Davante Adams is very due in the postseason for his first touchdown of the postseason. And I like Puka Nacua. I think everybody likes Puka Nacua. I got him down for a modest 70+ receiving yards because I think a lot of people are going to go on the high end of that, probably betting him at 100 or so. And then I got to get a little bit of Colston Loveland too. Look, he's been getting targets like a mofo over the last few weeks. He's been targeted 38 times. So I've got him down for 4+ receptions in this one. I think that's a pretty safe bet. Chicago did not have much going on offense last week against the Packers until the 4th quarter, and they rang up 25 points in the 4th to beat Green Bay. Now, that is something they absolutely cannot afford to have happen to them against LA. They will not come back and beat LA that way. I think the Bears are going to have to beat the Rams the way that they've been doing it for the majority of this year, and that's playing with the lead, and that's not turning the ball over and turning over the other team. They only generated 1 sack last week, and that's not going to be good enough for Chicago. On the other side, Chicago may have the better defense, but the Rams are much better at generating sacks, to where the Rams probably feel like if we generate a bunch more sacks and we cause some turnovers to happen, it heavily favors us. And I would agree with that. I think if the Rams win the turnover battle, they're definitely going to win this game. I think this has great potential to be one of, if not the best game of the weekend, even though all games are probably going to be pretty good. Now that's a potentially great take. But yeah, I think this one is going to be special. I think Stafford and Caleb Williams is, must-see TV, man. Overall, give me the Rams to get this. I know that they're the favored team, but this really could go either way. That's why I'm not taking them to cover this, but I am giving them the win. For the over-under, I am hitting the over. I like a good 30-27 game, perhaps even 31-27, maybe 34-31. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty high scoring. I think it's going to be hard for each team to stop each other. With that said, guys, that is going to do it for my shortened video of the divisional rounds for Sunday. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you for making it to the end, and you'll see me in the next one.